Hello guys, gals and non-binary pals. This is kind of a farewell from this channel. This is my last ever update on this channel with any environmental activism. So that's anything to do with the NCR field, which is the objection we put in against the stadium in Dundee City, about the N4 offshore wind farm objection off the coast of Lewis, anything to do with beach cleaning or beach combing, anything to do with marine mammal medic stuff through BDMLR. All of that encompassing any kind of environmental activism and probably Wild Biome Project stuff as well. I will be taking part in the Wild Biome Project in September, but I would like to gain a little bit of separation from my environmental activism and the Eco-goth stuff, and put that all on an appropriate channel, which I already have and haven't been using. It's called Sustainably Spectrum on YouTube. It is the same name as my Instagram account of the same name. So really trying to just collate everything into a little bit more of a kind of sensible format, and to be easy to search. So I use YouTube because it is conducive to long form content where I can discuss at length, in a way that I can't do on Instagram, some of the consultation processes, because I know they're very complicated, and I know that some of you don't use Meta at all, which is admirable, and I wish that in the course of my volunteering I could also avoid it. However, it is one of the formats that we use to get kind of voices out there about various consultations that are happening. They're always concurrent consultations happening all at the same time, and those can be pretty confusing. So in order to be able to create copy-pastable content where you can adapt answers to those public consultations yourself, or use clickable links to petitions and any other kind of activism or policy change that we're trying to enact, it felt like having a YouTube channel was useful. So I kept using this channel, which was never designed for this, and I've just been sort of putting out really chaotic content and updates and things because I'm pretty chaotic, and the last few years have been very chaotic. But I don't want to do that anymore. This channel was created on a dare, actually. Years ago, someone dared me to upload spoken word poetry, so I did, and then I kept doing it, and then it became about Scots language and folklore and history and things like that, and that was fun for a while. It was a great lockdown project. My poetry, I just want to keep it where it belongs, sort of in the dark of the night. That's the kind of stuff that I'll post at 4 a.m. It's the equivalent of a drunk text, right? But I would like to keep all of the environmental activism to a sort of more appropriate format and be a bit more professional, even though I'm only a volunteer. I just need that little bit of distance, and it gives me a little bit more control over what content I share, I think. So I'm going to put a link in the description to my new channel, which is not new, I just haven't been using it. It's called Sustainably Spectrum. It's exactly the same name as on Instagram, which hopefully means that people can find me easier, and I'll be sharing everything. The upcoming ones, I think, are being able to object. Even though the public consultation has finished, there is a battery storage facility, I believe, planned on the shores of the Dichty Burn in Dundee, which I intend to object to and have been given consent to email the person for that and explain that I just didn't know about it in time, but I have some fairly serious concerns about the pollution potential on the Dichty. We don't really need the kind of chemicals from batteries going into our watercourses, so I'll be putting up a little bit about that one. And then next, I think it's the nature restoration plan or something similar to that. And then of course, all throughout the summer, I'll be sharing loads of beach cleaning content, and in the lead up to Wild Biome, lots of foraging content. So if that's why you're here, if that's the reason you found this channel, then please go and subscribe to the other one and unsubscribe from this one. If you were here for poetry, get therapy. I don't know, man, like, what can I say? You can stay if you want. I don't know if I'll ever use it for poetry again. I might, but it's not going to have any of the updates about real life stuff anymore, I don't think. I just want to get like myself organised a little bit, and yeah, just kind of keep all the activism in one place and all the poetry in another place. And Instagram works really well because I have the two accounts and I switch between them, and I would really like to do the same here. And mostly I think they're the same name. I'll also be switching my Gmail accounts which were linked to those two Proton Mail accounts. So if you have at any point had emails from me regarding any kind of activism, those accounts linked to the kind of volunteering I do in nature and rewilding and everything, it is now the same name, but instead of at Gmail, it is now at proton.ne. If you don't have it, I won't be giving that out publicly, obviously. And it's the same with my old Hotmail accounts as well. I still have transferring over. So yeah, trying to get myself a bit organised. Not sure it's working. I came out into the woods to get away from all of this. So yeah, this is a kind of goodbye from me here. This version of me, the outside sunshine version of me, the weird gothy vampire version of me is probably still going to show up on your page. But yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you go and give that a follow and unsubscribe from here, resubscribe over there. So yeah, thank you. Goodbye.